At Valad, we are selective about the developments that we pursue. We only undertake those which we believe we can make a significant difference to. We don't adopt the scattergun approach. We believe that we can make a huge difference in Rochdale, adding significant value both for people now and for generations to come. Valad has been established in the UK for over 40 years. This means we have significant experience in redeveloping town centres throughout the country, and this will be brought to bear in Rochdale both for those people living in the town now and for future generations.
The pride of towns like Rochdale was very much built on hard work, senses of community. Certainly with the redevelopments of the 60s, 70s and 80s, a lot of that very dense urban fabric has been destroyed. The driving factor behind the scheme as far as Valad are concerned is to produce streets, to recreate streets. They've gone. They were there before. They were there for hundreds of years, and they were swept away.
We have a wonderful town centre, a beautiful town hall, and we don't want to lose that. But we need to have a community centre where young and old can meet, where there's no transport worries to get there, because it could be all central. If we had more individual shops, it became a thriving community again, vibrant, full of people. It's empty today.
What we intend to do is to remake Smith Street, as we talked previously, it's the historical boundary of the site. So we'll be looking at creating the traditional street with parades of shops, possible business starter units. What it will also house is the main entrance from the south to the scheme, which is where the change of levels occur, takes us up onto the plateau, which will be Bailey Street and the main public square areas.
More living spaces, places to make people comfortable, and places where kids can go and play.
We'll be remaking Bailey Street to form a space for the people of Rochdale, a public space that they can inhabit as opposed to the canyon that we have at the moment. The street will be formed some 7 metres above where we see at the moment, obviously then creating more public human scale as opposed to as we see now.
We don't no longer have a theatre, anything to attract people to come into the town.
Imagine now that we're 7 metres up. We're at the end of Bailey Street. We're looking at the public square that's formed by the leisure facilities that we're providing within the scheme. There's a large leisure unit and a cinema. The space in front of the cinema is provided for performance and as an amenity for the people of Rochdale. There are large areas of the scheme that are retail, but what we look to do is create a mix of retail, from large retail down to specialist retail. We're also looking at the reintroduction of residential use within the town centre. There'll be exhibition use, so there'll be spaces that can be used by the public. We'll also look to reintroduce some form of market area, so the public spaces will be able to perform different uses, different times of year, so that it can be something other than space. It's space that can be inhabited by the public. You could have 5-storey buildings against single-storey buildings, against 3-storey buildings, setbacks, different facade treatments, but always at a scale where you're not intimidated by what's there. We're looking very much to use local materials, local stone, brick, timber in certain instances as well, so something that's very much rooted in Rochdale. In terms of energy, the guys are looking at combined heat and power. We're looking at the possibility of using the river for cooling the scheme. The scale of the scheme and the compactness of it mean that combined heat and power is a very viable option at this time.
There's not much happening here really, job-wise, besides work, somewhere to stay, chill out, stuff like that. There's nothing really to do here.
I haven't got anything to say because I haven't got any passion for Rochdale anymore.
If I'm going shopping anywhere, it wouldn't be Rochdale. It'd be Bury, Trafford Centre, Manchester.
I used to come shopping when they first made the wheat sheaf, but that's the last exciting thing that happened.
It's alright living around here, but that's about it really, there's nothing more.
We need local people to own the town itself again.
We're aware that Rochdale consists of many different communities, and it is our aim to include as many of these as possible in the consultation process so that we bring about the best development for the town of Rochdale.